Here in New Mexico. Very cold in the morning, but very beautiful. Very beautiful. Two things that occurred to me. My face is swollen because of the altitude. My eyes are swollen because of the altitude. I have to get some ice and ice my face in the morning. The altitude, I'm very swollen. Anyway, two things. One is that, again, about the vaccine. I have my podcast on now with Anthony Fauci, Dr. Anthony Fauci, and gave, I wanted to invite him on, and I was anxious. He doesn't need any opportunity to speak. He has the microphone and the camera at his disposal 24/7. But I wanted to sit with him and just ask my version of the questions of where we are and where we're headed. But when we had a war, and in my opinion, this is most certainly a war against this vaccine. This is a war. And when we had a war in this country, World War II is the ultimate example, and the sacrifices that people made. People were asked to sacrifice to fight the war. The simple things: sugar, rubber, you name it. There was rationing. There was an effort. The American people were asked to chip in on an effort to win the war. And the same is true here. People are being asked to make sacrifices in order to prevail at a time of war. We are at war with a virus and its variants that keep producing. And we must make the necessary sacrifices to win that war. Hello? If you haven't been vaccinated, I'll meet you.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
I'll meet you in the lobby. If you haven't been vaccinated, then I'm trying to figure out how to hold this phone with one hand. Then make the sacrifice on behalf of the war effort. Number two, now like most Democrats, and I'm a Democrat through and through, but sometimes it's not easy to be a Democrat. The Democrats make as many mistakes as the Republicans do as a party, I would imagine. Just that when the Democrats do it, I believe it kills less people and disadvantages less people. The Republican program is always, how can rich people hold on to more of their money? Period. Cut regulations, cut my taxes. Who gives a shit about anything else in our society? I'm good. I got enough money to take care of myself, my family, everybody else. It's a competitive society, it's a competitive system. Good luck. That's the Republican mantra. But Manchin, as a Democrat, of course, Manchin is now going to become a term. That will become what we used to call in debate class a devil term. We're going to talk about Manchinizing someone, or someone got manchined. Not to be confused with large homes. Manchin, the senator who wants to cut out from the spending bill the energy advances that we would have. He wants to cut that out so that you can burn more coal. He wants to cut those energy reforms and the things, as you look and see all of the flooding in New Orleans and Louisiana, and you see the flooding and storms and fires in California, another fire there now, near where my brother lives with his family. Fires, storms, droughts, and Joe Manchin, the Dino, Democrat in name only, Dino Joe. That's my new nickname, Dino Joe. Dino Joe wants you to burn more coal. I understand wanting to represent the interests of your constituents, and God knows his constituents are coal people. But coal. Who gives a shit about coal now? Do I want those people to suffer? No, they should all be retrained. We should do something. He said, I don't want welfare for my people. Well, then don't call it welfare. Call it what we call when people, their professions, their livelihoods, their entire industry is over. It's over. And what have we had in this country? Do we have to say the same entire thing all again about the Pony Express and the Telegraph and the this and the that? And we're only going to pay cash. Let's not have any credit cards, blah, blah, blah. It's like society moves on. And with floods and fires and droughts, the American society must move on. It must. And Dino Joe's got to get run over. Dino Joe's got to get run over by a big battery-powered car. I'm here on this trip driving a hybrid car. It's not the greatest car in the world. I'm not going to mention the name of it. It's an American car, an American hybrid. It's perfectly fine for what I need. This idea of the romance of the car you want and the leather and the sound system and all this other stuff. Great. You should have all that stuff. You should have as much of it that you can afford to buy what you want. Nothing wrong with wanting to have a decent car. We're in our cars a lot, so you want to have something comfortable, something safe. You also need something hybrid or fully electrical. Every car my wife and I are buying now that we haven't already signed leases for. We have lease agreements for a couple of our cars. We own the other ones, and when I'm on the road and I'm traveling and I'm renting, hybrid. Always hybrid, if it's available, which it usually is now. Joe Manchin, in the face of storms and floods and droughts, wants you to keep burning coal, and he wants to hold energy reform and some serious spending. Here we have an administration, here we have a Congress that is poised to bring us the reform we've been waiting for. You like that shaky cam there? To bring us the reform we've been waiting for. Now is the moment. Trump is gone. Paris Accords were decimated. Trump, of course, bringing his psychopathic madness to everything, including energy reform. And Biden said, I'm going to put wind turbines all along the coast of the United States. Great idea. Great. Geothermal, wind, solar. Everywhere. Let's have solar panels be all over public buildings, airports, schools, bus stations. All those places have something in common. Let's have as many solar panels there as there are soda machines that sell you Coca-Cola. I got nothing against Coca-Cola. I love Coca-Cola. Love. I grew up having a Coke every now and then. Let's make solar panels as American as Coca-Cola. Solar panels everywhere. Geothermal where it works. Wind where it works. But now we have everything lined up in this one man representing coal. This guy who is a traitor to the best interests of the American people. He's going to bring all the rest of us down. Fires in California, floods in Louisiana, drought in California and the western states. You're going to bring everybody down so that you can have more coal. I hope the Democrats don't give up on that energy reform component of the package. I hope they don't. And I hope somehow we figure out how to get rid of Dino Joe. Dino Joe, you gotta go. I've been watching Rosie O'Donnell, so I'm very good now with my little quick rhymes. Dino Joe, you gotta go. As Ringo Starr says, and every day I fall more and more deeply in love. Every day I fall more and more deeply in love with Ringo Starr. Peace and love, peace and love.